everyone. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My goodness, it feels like it's been forever, and it really hasn't been that long. I'm a reminder that we are recording for podcast today. Welcome to Zenful Conversations. I'm your host, Zen Brown, and today is a very special gathering. Today, this is a cozy, relaxed end of year conversation gathering for poets and writers to come together in community. No workshop, no pressure, just conversation, connection, and a few good laughs. We'll share stories, perhaps swap some reflections, talk about the writing life, creative process, what's been hard, what's been beautiful, and anything else that wants to be spoken. So before we get started today, let me put this music on pause. I just wanted to make sure that we did not um, leave here today. And this is why I want to say it first. I really want to truly express my sincere thanks to all of you for supporting my efforts this year and this community, and just for supporting and for lifting up, and for your kindness, for your generosity, and for your friendship. Um, Seriously, this has been such a beautiful gift in such a crazy year. So, in true, deep gratitude, thank you. Thank you for your support and for your love. And I bow to you. I bow to you, dear friends. I bow to you. So, yeah, this is not planned and there's no workshop. There's really no rules. I'm not monitoring. There's no raising of the hands. It's kind of jump in where probably the loudest voice might get heard the most. So unmute yourself. And does anybody have anything they want to share to just start the conversation off? And welcome to anybody new.
Well, I'd like to just say thank you to you, Zen Jen, because I think it's extraordinary what you've accomplished with this community, and I had an opportunity to just be a small part of it this past year. Came in kind of late in the fall, but I think what I want to say is I think what you all do is add to the soul of the world, to borrow a phrase from the novelist Paulo Coelho. And it's so important at this time in our in our nation's history, in the history of the world. We will be judged for our actions this time in history. And I think all of you writing your poems, sharing your goodness, sharing the best of you, that really matters. That's helping to heal the world. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much too. Honestly, I don't see how we're going to get through it if we don't hold hands, and help continue to lift each other up. Because I mean, everybody here knows it's been tough. It's not getting any easier as the days go on here. So, yeah, totally. Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, and thanks for contributing to that. Would be my claim to fame, I suppose. This year was my first book, this anthology, and so many of you supported it by putting a poem in this, and thank Judith, you were one of them, and I just want to say thanks so much. Yeah, I do enough talking in all of these conversations. So let's hear. Let's hear. Joanne, you've got your mic off.
Yeah, I got my mute off. I yesterday and a couple of other days, I read through your book, Peace, Please. All I can say is, wow, wow, everyone's poems are so beautiful, including yours. It was
Well,
wonderful.
I
Thank you.
didn't.
That's a
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, you all know I'm having a bit of a challenge. Well, I'm not saying I'm having a bit of a challenge. My voice is liking the courting that's going on, and I'm having just a fun time letting her unfold naturally. But I did need to put something in the book, and what came out was just a meditation at the end, and it's quite similar to what we say at the closing of every one of these workshops. So that's kind of where that led to. But yeah, that was one of the greatest experiences of my life, not only this year, but receiving all of those poems. I mean, I had made pamphlets, etc., for workshops and day retreats.
Yeah.
For the past 15 years have been holding community, but but this was special.
And the publication was beautiful. The print, the lettering, even the simple, elegant, beautiful print. It was a piece of magic. Beautiful, very beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you for
I've
seeing
got to get
that.
I got to get a copy, a real copy, but I'll manage to get
Yeah,
it.
I had to print it out, darling. That will be something I figure out is how to actually get one in hard copy.
Yeah.
Because that was too beautiful of experience not to do again for sure, for certain. But thanks so much. But yeah, let's not make you've got to know by now this is not about me. So Joanne Draper, you're not usually here. Good to see you.
I have been busy. I'm not
It's a
for the
busy
next 3 weeks. I'm on vacation until January 21st. So I'm happy to be able to participate. And I always think it's fun to join these things when I can. And it's always amazing to me that I meet people from other places that I've been that sometimes don't have anything to do with writing. Um, because I've been at workshops with Judith because I'm also a Benedictine oblate. And I was at several of her things. And I know some people from other poetry groups I'm in. And it's just fun how it all comes together and we all become a community um, in so many different ways. And I'm happy
Yeah,
to be a part of it. And I've wanted to come to more of your offerings, but um, just
I know.
the last couple of months have been very busy. And I just
Well, the time slot does not fit everybody. It doesn't suit everybody, but finally in my 60s, I'm realizing I can't please everybody. But it does work for enough of us to keep it going, and I am just delighted that you're coming by on your time off. Thank you. Thanks for that. Yeah, no raising your hand, jump in. Let's go. Who's got something on their mind?
Unmute. I have to leave early today, and I'm very sorry. But yes, this group has been my life force. It's what you say, what you share is honest and simple, and it just means a lot to me, really a lot. And it's carried me through some rough days, really has, yeah. And I will share today would have been Dick's 90th, no, Dick's birthday is today. And tomorrow's the anniversary of his death. And I was writing to someone that I feel like I'm walking with him, like he's here. And it's a strange feeling. And last night I woke up and he was here. I went out and I put on music and we danced.
Oh, how
And then,
nice
and,
is
and
that?
then in no time, all of a sudden he was gone, just in a vapor. And I probably won't see him again this year, but it was well, this year's almost over. But to hear your comments, to see your faces, the smiles, Wanda, I see you. Joanne, I'm glad to see you. Judith, I always love to see you. Everybody here is just a part of my life.
Patty, I
And
just want to say what a blessing that is that he came to visit you.
truly.
It's Amrita over here.
oh, okay, I see you. Yeah, yeah. It was kind of in a haze, and I think he just went on and crossed over again. He was here.
Mhm.
And I'd felt this energy in this little house I'm in all month, and I couldn't quite put a finger on it. And I think that that's happens.
Mhm.
So, yeah,
You
thank you.
know, it's quite interesting. You guys know too that my ex-husband, my daughter's father, who I hadn't we separated in the year 2000, and it was not a harmonious separation by any stretch of the imagination. So I haven't seen him in 25 years, and he passed away the end of last year, 24.
Hmm.
But he came to me and we danced, Patty Joy.
No. Oh,
Well, it was a very beautiful thing because the our relationship deserved a different kind of ending than it
yes. Well, that is ours.
had.
Did ours.
That's very sweet.
Oh my gosh. So, but that is so lovely to experience that.
Well, it was a healing time. It was,
Ugh,
you know.
wow.
So to have that, But
So
thank you for
what are
sharing.
you toasting yourself for this year?
Me?
Hmm.
Oh, well, I am whole. I am growing. I my health is a bit better. I had the medication I needed, they were not going to provide, and it was very upsetting to me. And they just wrote me that they're going to do it. They decided I could have it. So
Oh,
that
that's
was
wonderful.
that is wonderful. And I love going to the wellness center and working out in the pool with these lovely ladies. And it's yoga in the pool, actually. But then I do my yoga online too. And all those are just like, I don't have to go anywhere. I'm here. I'm home. And I think the first half of my life, I never knew where home was. I didn't know home. And I just finished Roar's book on falling, was it falling downward? Oh man, home, home, to be grounded in home.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Linda Olson Graham.
Oh, hi,
Hi,
Zenjen.
thanks for joining us
Well,
today.
it's a little bit of a miracle that I remembered that I had this little portable camera. My
Oh,
camera on my laptop hasn't been working, and all of a sudden it dawned on me that, so it took me a minute to get it, and I'm just holding it on to the side. But it's lovely to be with all of you. I'm on Cape Cod, in
mm.
Massachusetts, and I have some really sweet news. The community TV station, I'm a global peace poetess. And I mean, dyed in the wool, 71 events in front of as many as 1,000 people 10 years ago when I was in Sarasota and then in Boulder. And the TV station made a video of my poetry, and it's been on YouTube since late last year and early this year, and it's had 2,300 and some odd views. And it's for like weeks, it's been going up by 5 or 10 or 20 each time I look. I just think it could shoot off. Thank you. It could shoot off like a rocket. And I have a
Oh,
website, Earth, Ocean, Heavens, that my
mm.
niece merged two websites 3 years ago, and I can check the stats, and it's been having hundreds of views each 30-day period. I mean, several hundred and 994 just the month before last. And so it's getting some, um, views at least. I mean, that's to get the message out there. It's the whole idea of it is a moment or two of silence and enough of the collective mind. A very simple concept that if enough people could quiet their thinking intentionally just for a few minutes daily, it would quiet the atmosphere around the planet. And if that gets reflected back to us, eventually it's just, it's like the whole consciousness will lift a little and quieter, more peaceful experience collectively.
Yeah, yeah, vibrationally. Um, Good Lord.
Well, it's lovely to be
We
with all
we
of
need
you.
it. But yeah, in the piece, that's wonderful to hear that
Oh,
more
thanks.
people are looking up the word peace.
Yeah, I mean, from different connections. I mean, I announce it as much as I can. I send out emails and have posters up and even little ads in the papers. So I've been really promoting it to, sending out media advisories, and so I just feel like it could take off at some point. It's just a slow with a lot of small O's, slow unfoldment.
Well, that
But
isn't that what does that teach us? That must be
yeah, but
teaching us
it's
something we need
teaching
to
me a lot of
know.
patience, right? And then it's just, but it's been forward motion, so I can't, I just feel so happy about it. It's really given me a lot of joy. So thanks for letting me share that. And it's lovely to
Oh,
be with all of
goodness.
you.
Yeah. Who has something? Why did you come? Let's get it out. What made you decide to come today? What did you want to share?
Do you mean me or somebody else?
Anybody,
Oh, because
anybody.
I just did. Yeah, someone else could.
The beginning, it's sometimes hard to get people started. By the end, we can't quiet everybody down.
Does
Um,
anybody have a new poem they want to share? I don't. I've been staring at a white page, but maybe somebody would like to share a New Year, Christmas, holiday poem. I would love to hear one.
does anybody have any that they've been working on lately?
I have one.
Yeah,
Um,
go ahead.
some of you might have read this already. It's called Never Too Old. The rest of the year, to all outward appearance, I'm a grown-up. But sometime after Thanksgiving, bit by bit, I revert back to my younger self. I'm a red-cheeked child. My eyes sparkle in the light of every candle and spangle on the tree, giddy with anticipation of all the joys to come. At Christmas, I realize I'm not too old for dreaming, not so jaded that I can't believe in miracles.
Lovely.
Mm.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Sure.
I have
Oh,
one I'd like to share, Zen.
oh yeah, please pop on in. No permission needed. Just talk,
This
spread the
is
rules, and
this is very new and raw. It's called Be Kind, and there is an epigraph, and the epigraph is it is about behaving as beautifully as one can under completely impossible circumstances. Toni Morrison. Let me say, I didn't read that well. It's about behaving as beautifully as one can under completely impossible circumstances. Toni Morrison. The snail creeping across the road, a few seconds to move it. Lame old woman struggling, her grocery cart caught on the steps. 5 minutes to offer a hand, warm greeting. I may be the only person she speaks with today. Opportunity. This life, cruel, radiant, painful, rare, shockingly short. The call, impossible circumstances, behave beautifully now.
mm, mm, mm.
And that's in response to a poem that Moody's, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Spady, wrote called Behave Beautifully. So
Yeah, I just connected with him.
he's wonderful.
So I was hearing. I'm glad to hear, and that's to me that's part of it, recognizing and seeing everybody stepping up. I- it's really awesome. Um, what are you toasting yourself for this year, Amrita? Is Amrita or Amrita?
Amrita,
Amrita.
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 Let's see. Well, I just finished a collection of poems about my disabled son, and I'm looking for a publisher for that. And I plan to put out a collection of dog poems myself. I have about 75 of them. And I'm working on an anthology of poems about awakening. And I invited 30 poets to offer poems. And so I have a lot of work to do curating, and oh my, that's a big project.
Yeah,
And I just
awesome.
turned 80.
Wow.
Whew. Yay.
So it's a big, busy year.
Love that.
Yeah, for sure. And thank you because I mean, I'm just going to be a young 62 in a couple months here, but I'll tell you, it's an interesting thing, this aging process.
You think?
Totally.
So I can appreciate your um just your energy and light that you shine. Thank you for doing that and
Thank you,
giving me
Jen.
hope. Yeah, yeah. Who else? Thanks, Amrita.
Thank you.
I can read a winter poem of wildness and honesty. How will I carve out space for me, a space that fits like rain, captured by the thirsty earth, like a raven fits into the sky, speaking a language only clouds understand? Such honesty should not be so rare, but I am unafraid of a world where honesty exists only in spaces invisible, like nests too high to see, but made of feathers, black and translucent. Come join me on this branch, bare, but protecting the promise of life.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, Brenda.
Thanks.
So this is a poem I wrote years ago, and it has the word snow in it. So perhaps it'll fit in the topic, but it's sky. The sun shone pink, sky blue, reflect the ocean calm. A snowflake glistens and sharply softens what thought I see. Now distance matters not. I was moving from Cape Cod to Colorado, and I wrote that as I was leaving on my way to the snowy mountains.
Could you repeat that one more time? I had a hard time hearing that.
Oh, sure.
A little slower because I'm old.
Oh, well, I just turned 78, so um the sun shone pink, sky blue, reflect the ocean calm. A snowflake glistens and sharply softens what thought I see. Now distance matters not. So, yeah, I mean, just sort of express the whole feeling. It was my last, as I was leaving on a bus and looked back, I wrote that little poem. And so and I went for 2 weeks and ended up staying in Colorado 17 years. So sort of captured me.
Thank you.
Carol, did you have something you
Yeah.
wanted to share?
Yeah, first, I know I'm new, relatively new, but I think that, I feel like I've been seeking out joy, especially since Phyllis did the Joysters group.
That's right.
So for the holidays, I often write haikus for like people I know from my local places, local cafes, local bookstores. And so this one woman at my gym, she has the sweetest spirit, and she had this sweatshirt on, and on the front of the sweatshirt it says, "You." Let's see what the front is. It says on the front of the sweatshirt, it says, "You are enough." And then on the back of the sweatshirt it says, "Dear person behind me, the world is a better place with you in it. Lots of love, the person in front of you." I love sweatshirts that have really good meaning. So I wrote her a poem using most of the words, but not in the same order, but with kind of the meaning of it. And I gave it in a card to thank her for her spirit. And so I wrote back, "You, a person, are the better person in front. Love the dear place in front of you. With lots of you, me, the world, enough."
Oh,
And so I just like, And I'm always like so touched by people's response. Like they said, this is like better than anything I've gotten, or just a little haiku on a card that it's amazing how we can touch each other in ways
It
sometimes
is. I think
and
this
sometimes
is real connection too. It's different because usually, I mean, I'm a gift giver. That's one of my love languages. But giving out the book of poems, and it's obviously handmade the way I've got it put together. Um, but it's interesting. It was interesting. It definitely got people thinking in a different way. So when we can't obviously, you know, uh, have them receive things the way we would want them or expect them to a lot of different times, but I think it gets to a deeper level of people, these real, true heart to heart things that we do like that.
Mhm.
Right.
I just have been so it's been a neat experience all the way around. I can't even
Mhm.
hardly explain it all. Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing. Yeah, thanks so much for coming, for being here too, for sure. Anybody got anything they want to say about that? About what Carol shared? Or anything? You guys are so quiet today. We're a little too polite.
Okay, unrelated to the season, the holidays, or anything else. Um, People may not know that most of my work is in animal activism. I'm an
Mm.
animal rights advocate and I spend a lot of time. So lately at night, I watch old westerns, and this whole country wouldn't be where we are without the horse, the mule, the oxen. They did the work, the hard work, the struggles. And I also write postcard poems.
Oh, good.
I write a lot of postcard poems. And here's one I wrote for the animals. I pray for all the horses, mules, and oxen who carry and have carried through the ages loads too heavy for their hearts and hoofs.
Hmm.
Mm, thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you for the work you do.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
that's not even the end of it. I know a little bit more about this young lady, and she does a lot, and I'm very appreciative for everything I'm aware of. But thanks so much. Did Patty Joy leave? I want to make sure you got a chance to express what's on your heart before you leave today, Patty Joy.
I didn't, well, I thought I did.
Okay. No, I
I
just
mean,
want to make sure that if there's
oh, no, no,
anything
no.
that you want to, I want everybody to leave here having said what they want to share.
Yeah, yeah.
Why you came. I want everybody to know that this is a space to do that no matter what I'm talking about.
Uh, yeah, yeah. No, I said I'm so grateful to have these groups to be a part of and to be a part of with women in doing these groups. A lot of them that I really would like to be in, I'm not continuing in. I can go and I can still read their poetry, but I'm trying to be more cautious with my spend my money. So, and that's hard to do because I would sign up for everything. And I
Hmm.
realized it's okay not to sign up. And this group kind of encompasses the everythings. So that's very helpful for me. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I want to support everybody too, and I want to buy everybody's book, and I do a great deal.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, it is a consideration. We can't, um, but we can sprinkle our love and support,
Mhm.
and share offerings and all of that. But it's just such a beautiful community all the way around, and I personally have not received any.
Hmm.
I have received only love from everybody,
Oh yeah.
even everybody all the way around. So it is an amazing space, Patty Joy. I'm with you on
Oh,
on
excuse me.
all of that.
When I was traveling, I was trying to order Lisa's new book, and I was on
Yeah.
the ship in Belize. And every time I'd try and order it, they would tell me they wouldn't deliver to that address. So someone said, well, maybe it's because you're traveling. I did write Lisa, and I got home and I tried to order it again today, and they said, we can't deliver to your address. I mean, I'm right here in the the Amazon place is not far from here. And so I still haven't been able to order it. But that was kind of a difficult thing to handle is that I'm not recognized that I'm living.
I did get get her book, but I did get it through the book. I think I got it through Bookshop.
Yeah,
Dot,
yeah.
yeah. Um, but yeah, actually, she's going to be coming up for a
I saw
conversation
that.
sometime. Yeah,
Pat,
she
Yeah,
lost her
I have
dog, her baby.
I
I have
know.
3 copies of Lisa's poetry collection. I'll be happy to send you one
Oh,
if you email me
please.
again your address.
Okay, I will.
I bought them to give away because I love the collection so much.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Oh,
that's very
thank you.
sweet.
See?
Yeah, I
Zen,
didn't get into it yet. The title though, and the title. What was the title? Something
Oh,
about what water? I know.
there it is.
Ways I've known water.
oh, that's
I'm
a
Isn't
like,
that
beautiful
amazing?
title.
whoa,
Yeah, it's
what
a
a
fantastic title.
title
Yeah, Judith,
for
I will send it
sure.
to you. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
thanks.
wonderful. At least you know where I live and believe me that I live here. Oh,
Did I
oh,
hear somebody? Amrita,
I
did you?
have
Yeah.
one other poem I'd like to share because this
Oh, of
group
course.
makes me think of this poem.
oh.
Oh,
It's called Hand to Hand. This
Uh,
ramble called life, filled with sorrows, trouble, yet my far-flung friends cast poems like lights from hand to hand. It's how we cope, lobbing light through the ethers, sprinkling love over the dark on the way to your hands. A net of light, each of us a node. Imagine it, dream it, see it.
hmm.
There you go.
Thank you all.
Yeah, lovely.
very
Oops.
nice.
Okay. Well, that was perfect timing. So I've got no. I have to go. I love you
Okay.
all. Take care.
I have to
Okay,
go
so
Yeah.
soon
see you
too.
next week. See you next week.
I'll be here. I'll be here. Bye,
Cool,
y'all.
cool,
Thank you. Thank you,
cool.
Judith, for sending the book. Okay. So long.
Thanks, Patty Joy and Rita. I'll get it.
I have
Uh,
to leave early too today. I'm so sorry, but I just
no, I
wanted to
appreciate you
come for a
coming.
while.
Yeah, very much so. Can I ask you before you go though, what feels most present for you, like as this year comes to a close, or I kind of want to wrap up some things from the year that mm, felt good, or just a reflection of some type,
I
maybe
guess
even,
I guess
yeah.
hope. I'm closing this year out with hope that
Yay.
next year will be better,
Yay.
Mm,
collectively speaking.
There you go.
awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Love you all.
Thank you so
Nice to
much,
see you.
Amrita. Love
Happy
you
New Year.
too. Yeah. Cheers. Cheers to
Cheers
you.
to you. Happy New Year, everybody.
So everyone, what are you carrying with you into the new year? And maybe what are you ready to set down? Any thoughts on that?
Well, something I've been thinking about is actually a phrase of Howard Thurman's. He calls it centering down. You know, how we all need to sort of calm ourselves down and slow down. Parker Palmer calls it moving at the speed of your soul.
Oh, that's
And
lovely.
I've been kind of a chronic workaholic and a chronic overachiever. I don't know how many of you can identify with that. And yeah, there you go. A lot of people. And I need to center down. I'm going to try to do that and know when to pause, and that it's not a venial sin to take a nap in the afternoon, if I'm feeling tired, that sort of thing. So if we have time, I'll read a poem that I wrote after my trip, after guiding a retreat in Italy. And
Go
it
ahead
was
and do it.
it was very relaxing for all the people, but I realized that I was on all the time, and I needed to center down. So I wrote this poem called "To Do No Thing," which is not the same as to do nothing. Okay, so here's the poem. To do no thing is to sit on a stone patio on a small wooden chair with a round blue pillow and listen to a white-haired man in a black fedora converse with a man much younger in a striped shirt, the two jabbing their index fingers in the air between them as the Vespas and smart cars zip past in the piazza. They could be arguing, but probably are not, this being Italy, where everyone writes sentences in the air with their hands. A woman sweeps a balcony clear of dust. Two light-haired boys toggle a soccer ball between them in a park of ancient pines. What if this is but the sacrament of the ordinary, a singular Friday afternoon? Now is the time to center down. There could be angels atop the telephone wires, in the branches of the holly oaks. What if we are connected to each other by a single red thread, weaving the world together? What if we believed all we have to do is stop and listen, to love the seeds of the holly oak, the dust twirling in the air, the sound of another's voice as we love our own hearts? Let me focus on my feet and not the path ahead, the path that is both arduous and joyous, those who've walked El Camino say. What if we believed the Camino provides?
Wow. Very nice.
I
Thank you.
love those lines, sacrament of the ordinary. Oh,
Yeah,
those
that was
are,
beautiful.
that's a wake-up line. Sacrament of the ordinary. Yes.
Yeah. I feel the thread coming through most of the time in these when we gather, there's a thread, even in just the small time together, the connection, even in just a small space like this, as well as um, the larger scope, for sure. Definitely, in my book. Did your writing, anybody, did your writing change you this year?
Well, I think so
Anybody?
dramatically.
You want to say how a
Well,
little bit?
it's really, I mean, it's a vision for peace, and it feels that something could really go forward with it. I was thinking of sharing two lines that are just, I mean, there's all sorts of one-liners and poetry within my writing, but one of them is the qualitative mindfulness we collectively, as a race of people, are able to experience could in fact propel us into an age of light and beauty. And then another line that's a sort of a prayer is please hold the thought with me that peace on earth, calmer weather patterns, and widespread healing can easily happen in a moment or two of silence in enough of the collective mind. So, that's, I mean, it's my whole life sort of is surround, that's what my life is, that's capsulized what the writing is about. And So just keep sharing it. It's just lovely to be able to. And I'm really
Yeah,
hopeful, just really hopeful for things to change, for a new consciousness on the planet.
challenging, challenging. I'm hopeful as well.
Yeah.
Challenging.
Okay. I've had it's this is a hard time of year for me. Not because Christmas or anything like that or anybody died or anything, but it is because I did at my son's birth. And I was looking for a poem I wrote years ago about it. And it's what was interesting was yesterday I was all happy. It was my son's birthday. It was his 40th. And I made a cake. Now, I have to tell you about this cake. This cake is the lemon cake out of the Silver Palette cookbook from New York City years ago. So I didn't have a tube pan or a bunt pan, and I'm going, okay, I'm going over. We have a Marshall's here. So I went to Marshall's, and lo and behold, there's one in gold, mind you. So I thought, well, that matches the lemon, sort of. And so I started making this cake, and the only thing I had, because I didn't have a hand mixer, and I gave away my big mixer when I moved from Alaska, was one of those things, you stick in the soup and make everything, the handheld thing, and you grind up everything in the soup. Well, this thing had one little tiny attachment so that you could use to like fluff up egg whites or something. And I used that. And the cake came out okay. So, and I made them dinner. It was just an easy thing that the grandkids would like. And I get there, and my son is flat affect. Thank you, Ma. This is great. I like this. This is very depressed, very angry. And I'm going, well, this is different from the person I left 2, 3 days ago. And I was thinking back to, and I challenged him about it, and he goes, "You don't want my rage on you." And I'm going, "Well, no, I don't actually." He said that today. And I was trying to think back to my 40th, and for some of us, I think those decades really affect us. And he has my granddaughter is 4, and she's just full of energy and life and everything. And the little boy who will be 2 towards the end of March cries constantly. And it is enough to deal with it. It really is. I have not met a child like that in a long time. He'll be happy, 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 and then he'll start crying, and he'll cry for the rest of the day. No reason, just I don't know. Maybe it's an Aries thing. I don't know. Anyway, it's getting on everyone's nerves. So nothing seems we distract and momentarily is great. So this is why I haven't jumped out. So and and today I got a notice from my doctor to go get this test at this lab, and I'm trying to sign up for this lab, and I am not stupid with computers, and this thing took me 3 hours to figure out. Just it kept denying my user ID. Then it said your password doesn't have this, and I'm looking at my password that Apple created, and I'm going, hello. So, and then I get there, and it claims that it didn't accept it gave me an appointment, and it didn't accept it. So I sat there for over an hour to pee in a cup. Do I know why? No, I don't. My doctor didn't tell me why. So anyway, so this has been my 48 hours. So I was looking so forward to this. So, and I know I'm kind of bringing everybody down, but don't be down because I'm not down.
No, no, no. I'm just so actually I'm thrilled
It's
to
overwhelming. It's
goodness that you
overwhelming.
made it with all that going on, and that you still are true to yourself by showing up for yourself. I just love it when that is so in your face. I just
Right. It was in
love
my
it.
face. It was in my face. So I I just wrote something, and but what I really want to read is from um I'm nuts about Korean dramas. I love Korean dramas, comedies, everything. So and this is from one of their black comedies. And when I heard the actor give this quote, I was blown away. And this is how I feel like I'm leaving 2025 and going into 2026. The truth can sometimes exist only on the far side of the moon. That doesn't mean the near side is a lie. The moon is still the moon. It doesn't need a name to exist. It doesn't need acknowledgement to be significant.
Mm.
And as an ego-based Capricorn, who herself is turning 74 soon, um, this makes me step outside of myself. And um, I find humility in this, and it is a reminder that I don't need acknowledgement. I don't need, names don't mean that much. And I haven't been writing, I've been painting. So it's it's an interesting time. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
uh it's been a blessing. I mean, I took the grandkids on a hike for 2 hours and we went up, 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 up. So,
Yeah.
and my grandson was great. He didn't cry almost all the way. And my granddaughter only said, I want to go home 5 times. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, I mean,
You
I
know, it's this I talk to Rosemary from time to time. Rosemary Watalatroma, I would say everybody here
she's my
probably
friend.
knows her. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, right. And if you haven't heard, first of all, I don't want to forget what I'm talking about. So I will stay on that subject. Um, I talked to her not too long ago, and we were talking about writing, and a lot of it is not even writing, and this is, I know, poets in conversation, and it is based in writing, but what I'm learning and understanding is it's really all the kind of the same energy, and about movement of energy. So however we express this expression, and sometimes I could be going for a walk, it's all this whole field of energy. So like a lot of times I'll just go out in the backyard with my sound bowls and do that. But that's all part of the flow. And because I was telling Rosemary that I have a bit of a challenge actually putting something on the page, but boy, I've got like a whole book up in my head, and anyway, it's all part of it. And sometimes I think we get a little bit hard on ourselves for not writing every day, or writing as much as we think we should, and all of that. And I just wanted to put that 2 cents in, that it's all good. It's all part of the process. Um, did you see that you had a challenging childbirth there?
Yeah, the doctor pulled on the cord and ruptured the placenta, and I hemorrhaged and arrested. And they didn't realize it for about, I don't know, they're figuring about 5, 7 minutes. So, and then by the time they brought me back, it was about 15 minutes I'd been gone. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, goodness, I'm glad you came back.
Well, yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? You know?
Thanks for joining us
I mean,
today.
I've been pronounced a couple of times and I'm still here and I don't pay attention to these damn doctors. I mean, I'm ready to call mine and yell at her right now and she's brand new and not even
Yeah,
she had an hour to pee in a cup. And I
yeah.
went in the middle of waiting, so there was so little I could give. So, um,
The frustration
yeah,
of it is real.
I mean, I'm very happy with the two paintings I made for the kids for Christmas. I cannot believe, I'm a big fan of Nicholas Wilton, I think. He's a rather famous artist he's on Facebook, he's all over the place. And he does abstract like I do. And they tell you just like writing, get it on the canvas, get the paint on the canvas. Well, let me tell you, the canvases, I can go to Ross and buy a bent up frame for $5 with a canvas on it. I go even to Michael's, $80 now. I tell the kids, be happy with your two canvases. That is your Christmas. That's it right there. That's the
Time to
money in
start
it.
going to yard
Yeah.
sales and getting
I
some
know.
old
Well, yeah,
paintings.
and then I did a third one and I just wiped out one of my old canvases and did it. So, but I did write this just now, I left the words behind. Colors called to glory. These last 30 days, I'm brushes and canvas and everything that is paint. Now the syllables creep from under notebooks, and the cold winds sing of phrases lifting off my fingers. So, yeah. Um, I also, the Sacrament of the Ordinary, Judith, that grabbed me. I wrote it down.
Yeah, amen to that one
So, yeah.
for sure.
So,
Eh,
I think 2000, I thought 25 was going to be different. It was a year I moved. Um, Goodbye, Snake. I'm so grateful for your transformation. And hello, the horse. I'm ready to gallop every which way. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that we have each other to experience what manifests in 26, and we can lean on each other, you know.
Yes.
So that's kind of cool.
Thank God
Um,
for space. Thank you so much.
I'm really, really
Oh,
thrilled
yeah.
that to have it. It just really am too. I want to thank you, Wanda, for sharing that information, sharing so much about you. You're always so wonderful in doing that.
Thank you. I always feel like I'm an open book and anybody has, yes, I had a near-death experience. Yes, yes. So I won't talk about it right now, but yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, well, we can always have a one-on-one too,
So,
also.
well, I can, I mean, I'm happy to
Yeah.
share. I don't have a problem with that. Anyway, love you all. I'm so, so grateful. So, so grateful. You, Zenja, and for everybody.
Everybody. Yeah, we're all here.
I'll
Miss Linda, you're on mute and you got your hand up. What a straight A student. You're probably afraid you're gonna get spanking. See, that's
Probably.
carryover. That's carryover.
Yeah, no joke. I mean, yeah, it's part of my experience. So, yeah, I've been listening and feeling a little bit out of place like I always do because I have a hard time tapping into the positivity that this group seems to want to foster. And even though my life is pretty decent as far as my personal life is probably not even decent, it's good. But, all in all, my heart still is hurting about so many things. And the last thing I wrote was not a upward peace, pray for, all these things that are good. It was more like looking at it from the other side. if you know what I mean, when you think of the things that are going on to innocent people and all that kind of stuff, which I know we're not supposed to, kind of focus on that. But I mean, I
Honey,
think that,
Linda, that's why we're here. That's why I'm
well,
here.
okay.
The
The last
beginning
time
of
I
this
did that, I
year,
upset people, Jen.
oh, no,
You know
no,
I
no, no,
did.
no.
Yeah.
No, for the reality is, I think we all feel a little uncomfortable. And so I don't think you're alone there, or maybe as alone as you might think.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
but quite honestly, it's been a tough year for all of us, and my practice asked more of me this
Yeah.
year.
Hmm.
And I asked my doctor even for something, and she told me to improve my practice.
What do you mean, something like a medication?
I wanted something. Yes, I was like,
Because
okay,
I
because
want to tell you, I went to
I
my
don't.
doctor and she
Yeah,
asked me, she says, "Are you depressed?" I said, "Yes." "Are you anxious?" I said, "Yes." "Do you want something?" I said, "No." I mean, and so I know what you mean when you go to these
yeah.
doctors,
Well,
but yeah, but just
I
to tell
was
you what's,
looking for a little bit of something just to ease it a little bit because,
yeah,
yeah, I do choose to find what is good about things to the
yeah.
very best of my ability.
Hmm.
And yes, I was even struggling with that too, as many of us have been. Um, and yeah, I mean, just a
Well,
couple
I want
years
to tell
ago,
you
I
what's
got,
going on with me, and then I want to
yeah,
tell you the poem, which is not a poem, it's just the beginning of a thought that I may or may not work on further. So, I'm having my knee replaced, which I'm really afraid because I am not a doctor person, never had surgery, never been operated, never had any near death experiences at all, not even near pain experiences beside childbirth. And those weren't even that painful. So I'm kind of worried about that. Um, and that's probably my biggest worry. But then I must be a little bit on the downside because not only did my doctor ask me that, then my daughter and I got in the biggest, well, I wouldn't say biggest, pretty big, like, you know how you are when you're with your daughter who's 40 years old. Maybe you don't, but you can easily kind of start into a train of talking where you're going to disagree pretty strongly. And we did. And it was over her telling me that she says, "You have a dark lens over your face," or something like that, dark lens on your glasses. And I was like, "What?" She goes, it's the holidays. Why aren't you happy and joyful? And I started to tell her, and then that was terrible. But we straightened it out by going the 40-year-old route. We typed up how we thought, and we sent it to AI. And AI gave us a feedback about it. And guess who's right? Me. So I was like, there you go. So anyway, those are the smiling things because I'm smiling about the fact that my daughter and I literally solved our differences through AI, which kind of gives hopefully some of you who are not into AI some hope. It actually kind of can help you, at least from my point of view. I think it can. And it's not a time to feel happy to me, you know? And or even, I mean, I look around for the things and I write in my gratitude journal every single day faithfully, and I still feel, well, I've got what do you call it, dark lens over my glasses, like my daughter said. And so I don't know where I'm going to put that. And when I put it to words, it comes out kind of mean. So I don't want any offense when I read what I have to say. But you can have offense if you have offense, because like I always told my kids, you've got to have your own feelings. You let your feelings out. Your feelings are yours. So this is what I wrote. Many of the entitled do not understand why the disenfranchised don't stand up and take a swing at the current culture, racism, and hatred. But what they do not understand is as soon as the underdog raises their arm to take a swing, they will be gut punched. That's it. So that's my words for today. And I guess I
let's
let my feelings out.
Can I
no,
just
let's receive that. Let's receive that.
can I just say I hope you keep going with that, Linda. And you know what it reminded me of? Howard Thurman. You know, Howard Thurman talking about Jesus, the disinherited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, and then on the back to the good side, that's just the snippet of what I'm working on. Okay. But I did send my poetry. I self-published about 70 poems that are not very deep because, you know, whenever I go deep, I get depressed. So, but they're going to be available in January, and we'll talk more about that. And yeah, and I've been working with my writing coach, although the whole month of December, I didn't write at all. So I can identify with what you're saying, Jen, about just being, well, whatever you are, where it just doesn't seem to want to work.
The space between the notes is equally as important, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
the space, the pause, the breath.
Yeah.
It's just so important. Um,
Excuse
Belinda,
me.
I don't want you to feel alone. I really think, you know, as I listened, I'm privy to conversations between therapists, and you know, there's concern about about all of us because we're many of us anyway. I can't see how anybody, no matter how you view it, I can't see how you're not affected by it. Just the energy level of things, but um, it's affecting all of us. So it's what we do with it, and that's where we're at. But I think it was a huge wave that kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and now we kind of like it. Okay, now I see where we're at with this, and maybe now we can look at it with fresh eyes or some kind of understanding that we need to save ourselves, you know. And that's how I'm kind of viewing the next year, because I don't like depression being as close to me as it is either, you know. I think it's think it's a common feeling. Thanks again too for sharing. You guys are amazing. Linda. Linda's going to be in conversation too. Do you know the date, Linda? I don't have it in front of me. You're on mute.
I think it was February 10th.
Cool. And that'll be after your book. So I'll get the book too, and we'll be able to talk about
Yes.
that.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Either way, we're talking.
Yeah.
Stacy.
Hey, I finally feel brave enough after all the honesty and some humor. And yeah, I just really appreciate Wanda's humor and Linda's honesty. So it's helping me feel brave to speak. But yeah, I'm just so grateful for this group. I've been maybe for the past 7 years kind of hiding. I had like I'll just tell my truth since everyone's being very honest. I had a very severe trauma with the murder suicide of my entire family. I lost four family members one day in December 7 years ago, and it was very unexpected, very shocking. So December is extremely hard for me. And I've been, yeah, kind of hiding off social media, not just afraid. I had so much news exposure with my trauma that happened. So I just have been so afraid to show myself, to put my voice out there. But I've just found poetry as such a healing, cathartic avenue for my grief. Everything can be held. Like I have gratitude still for life, but I have a lot of trauma and horror that I have to release. And like poetry is just this huge capsule that lets me release all this painful energy that I've stored in my body. So I don't know, something about Zenjan and the very kind, generous women here, it just makes me feel very safe and very held in like a love-filled and intentional container. And it just helps me feel brave enough to speak and to look on camera and yeah, to not feel that I need to hide anymore. And it's just been such a really huge thing for me to just be able to like be in some community and share and continue to write. And yeah, I'm just so grateful for this group.
And you guys teach me so much. You teach me so much. You teach me. I've got so much to learn. Uh, Thank you. I think it's that it, it's not always the thing itself. It's these other things. So like you can't even go anywhere without somebody interrupting your life and bringing something to your attention that you're actually trying to, sing with the birds or something. So that's got to be even a bigger part of the challenge to me, because in a way I can make my relationship will take a different form with others, perhaps. Uh, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Does that make any sense?
I want want to tell Stacy, I can't remember your poem, but I remember reading it in the book and loving it and saying, "Oh, I know Stacy. I know who she is." Your poem was marvelous. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys are giving me like the braveness and the confidence to share more and more. So I feel like 2026 will be just more breaking out of my hiding and having more of a voice. And I just felt so grateful to be included in that book. I just read through it all and I gifted it to a few friends this Christmas. And yeah, I just felt so honored to be in the book with everyone and all the beautiful poems.
Yeah,
So,
too.
Stacy, I just want to say how fierce you are. It's everyone's going to say brave. I'm saying how fierce you are.
Thank you so much.
I'll
I'm
hold
deeply
it.
hearing that.
Yes.
You're a you're a teacher. So many people in your local community can't help but be learning stuff from what you're doing with this. Amazing. Fierce is great. Fierce is great.
I have a quote because that's one of my points for next year is fierce determination. But here's a definition of fierce that I thought you uh, might feel. So fierce determination, the depth of commitment necessary to maintain and live in a way that fosters loving kindness.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So for you, Stacy, for you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Cool. Any upcoming news? Anybody has anything going on upcoming that they want to share?
I just,
Brenda, how was I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just want to say I put together a little book of 19 poems following Teresa Broderick. And of course, it's just 8.5 by 11. And I have these longer poems. Well, you have two columns. How do you match up those things? I'm not a publisher. That was a pain in the ass. Sorry, everybody. That was a pain in the butt. Let me tell you, I ripped through my computer like crazy. And I did it. I mean, and there are 4 long poems, and I had to make sure they're on their right page with another poem on the back, and da and da and da. And it's like, yeah. So because I don't have a big enough stapler, I sewed in between like Teresa. This group, this group.
Yeah, there's a lot of great things shared. over this past year has been amazing for sure. And I've already got some super guests lined up, some fun things coming up too, which are, I think, going to be pretty neat. But I wanted to ask Brenda, you had your exhibit, didn't you? How did that go?
Oh, I did. Yeah. Well, I had an art exhibit and I had some of my books there too. Um, Apparently I sold one book, so there was not a lot of
Hey,
people
that's
stop
a
by, but
success.
right.
That's success.
Oh yeah, well, it was a fun thing to be a part of anyway. So, and I'm just very emotional today.
Mm,
I
mm.
missed you guys last week. So, yeah.
Yeah. And we're not gonna have a workshop this Wednesday, but I tell you, it was great to unplug.
Yeah.
I did unplug. I didn't have anybody come in. I had this little tiny tree. I'm like, I have so much, I've got an autoimmune, disease and things like that. So I have to work with my energy levels. I only got so much energy and so much time. And I was like, I'll be darned, I'll be damned if I was gonna use it by getting the stuff out of the attic, putting all this whole big thing up. I mean, for what? For
Yeah.
me and these two poodles and Steve? It's like, no, 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 no. Well, I had this little runner on the dining room table. It looked like snow and it was good. That was fine. It was totally fine.
Yeah,
Um, but it was nice to
definitely.
unplug, and I was so surprised that I even let myself unplug.
Good.
Yeah, but it was really
Yeah.
good. So yeah, that's awesome. You sold something at the exhibit, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, then I sold more at our party with the Columbine poets. So, yeah. Well, I don't know. I think I came out even because I bought some books and sold some books. So,
Yeah, which is
uh,
awesome. Not to come out
yeah.
dead.
Yeah, that's important. I give away more than I sell, but that's okay too. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Uh,
suspect we're all kind of similar in some ways.
uh-huh.
Um, Madeline, we didn't hear from you. Do you want to say anything today, sweetheart? Or you're just kind of listening in.
Hi. Actually, this is the first time I've ever joined you. I've been getting your emails for some reason for a while, and it just happened to work today for me to join in, and I'm just really impressed with what you all are talking about and have been doing, and the poems you've shared. It's a very beautiful thing happening here. And thank you for letting me be a part of it.
No, thank you for coming, you guys. If you were not here, if you guys weren't supporting the space, I wouldn't be here, right? So I've got that limited time and limited energy thing, as we all do. And it's a decision and a choice to be here. So we all make this space, and it just, you know, I can do the platform, I can do the community. And so that's just what I'm doing. But you guys are doing the other part, and nobody's, we all need each other. Um, I did want to mention a couple things that are coming up because we've got some really pretty cool things. If you're interested in manifestation kind of thing, Juliana J. Bruno, who a lot of people knew who she was. I'm just learning a lot who a lot of people are, what they offer. Um, but I think it's kind of neat just seeing everybody as equals. Um, but anyway, she is supposed to know her game and talk about Carl Jung some on that's coming up Tuesday at the same everything's at this same time slot. These conversations and the workshops are usually Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, or Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And Thursday, there's not one this week, but next week there will be. T is going to be with us next Thursday. Not tomorrow, not this week, Thursday, because it's New Year's Day, but the following week. But then we actually have a game show, what poetry, which I just came up with last night because one of our guests had a family situation she had to take care of. So January 13th, she was unable to do. And I'm like, well, I've been wanting to try something fun. So we're just doing something like old school game show style, where we'll have a couple questions and we'll go into to the Zoom rooms and come up as a group with an answer to come back. And I'm sure it'll be fun, but I definitely need attendees to make it fun. So I'm hoping you can come to that. That'll be on the Tuesdays. But yeah, there's some fun things coming up and some great things coming up, and I just thank you. Thank you guys again for your support. You can find all of these offered freely at zenfulconversations.com is where you can sign up for these things. So thank you to you guys that um, contribute to the platform as well. It's very important as well. But glad to hear that the exhibit went well. And Madeline, glad to hear that you made it. And it's a joy for all of you to make it. Thank you all for coming. Margaret, I don't think I got a chance to say hi to you. Do you want to say hello to anybody, or you just, it's okay to, eh, everybody comes as they can come. She says, thank you, happy new you, Margaret, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but thank you for being here. Sometimes you don't feel like going on screen, and I do want everybody to know that sometimes you don't feel like going on screen. And I want everybody to still be able to receive what they can receive from this space. It's very important to me. I don't know why. I've never known my why. But anyway, just know that you can come in whatever shape you are in. I really want to be able to help each other this coming year. And I think we have created a nice bond with each other. And I appreciate you guys helping me hold it together. So, what are you leaving here with today, perhaps? What kind of thoughts are you leaving here with today, Joanne Draper? How are you leaving this conversation?
This conversation. I am leaving it feeling energized and happy to be part of such a wonderful group of people. And you inspire me all the time. And I'm going to try and make more time for this because it's important.
Yay! Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you too. Stay well. Miss Judith, thanks for coming.
Yeah, I think it's really inspiring to see the good work that all of you are doing and the goodness that you're putting out into our fractured and wounded world.
Amen. Amen. You too. Thank you. And thanks again for being here. Miss Joanne.
Well, I think I appreciate what you do, and thank you for letting me be part of it. But today, I think because of Linda M. and Stacy and what they shared, I'm going to leave here with more courage.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Mm. Thanks for putting that on the table for us.
Mhm.
Thank you. Brenda.
Okay, well, I'm feeling encouraged. I think it's important to know that, we have our work to do and we have each other and we can um, inspire each other and get our words out there and all that. And we can't let ourselves, fall into despair just because of circumstances that we can't control. We can just be there picking up the pieces. Even, well, I got a poem that says something like, probably a couple of poems that said, even though the shattering is not finished, we can still be picking up the pieces.
Mm.
Thank you.
Oh, kind of like a clean as you go kind of thing, huh?
Right.
How about that? Thanks. Thanks for that. Madeline.
I have a very warm feeling from being here today, and I hope to join in more of the offerings that you have. This is really a pleasure and kind of a surprise. I had no idea what it was going to be, but it was really lovely to be here. Thank you.
Fun, sweet, sweet. Yeah, thanks again. Thanks again so much. Miss Stacy.
I'm gonna leave here with my fierceness.
You go, girl. Yeah. Thank you, sweetheart. Linda M.
Well, I'm going to leave here with gratitude for the space that has been created because I very rarely feel open enough in most spaces to be myself. So I really appreciate whatever it is that is happening here, the chemistry, the magic, the synergy. I don't know how you would frame it, what you would call it. But I do appreciate it and I'm very grateful for it. And so that's how I feel.
Awesome. Thanks for bringing your love to it.
Thank you.
It's a soup of it's a love soup. Love
Yeah.
soup is what we got going on here. Wanda.
I'm thinking I'm going to stick with my little Korean thing, and I'm going to go dancing on the far side of the moon, in a fierce way.
Yeah, I'm sure you could you might be a
Who makes
decent
a cake without a mixer?
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Ain't woman, never again. Far side, come dance with me.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see. And I think Carol.
Well, I guess I want to really thank Stacy and Linda particularly because they remind me to show up with all of myself. Like, yes, I tend to want to be kind of a feel good kind of person, but I've been so much honoring both the light and the dark and also the vulnerability in that space of intimacy. So it was such a both a gentle and tender and fierce reminder of showing up in ways that all of me shows up. So with really a deep appreciation from my heart.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Miss Linda Olson.
Well, I've really enjoyed being with everybody to hear everybody's expression. And I was, you asked if anyone had anything coming up. The TV station actually made another video that he said he thought would be on YouTube by the end of the year, and that's tomorrow or at the turn of the year. So it's at YouTube, and my name's Linda, well, Olson with an H. So that the first one's under Dreams of Peace, and the second one will be, someone could find it if they looked up my name. So it's very exciting, that he's made. And the station said they'd air them both when the second one is made. He'll also include airing the first one again. So it's fun. It's a vision for peace.
Very cool. Do send me that link when you get it, and any of you actually, if you have something you want to share, and I'll find a space somehow to connect these things,
All right, sure.
and so everybody can help support each other, etc. But wonderful. Congratulations on that. It's exciting.
Yeah, it really is. Thanks.
Yeah, it's exciting. And let's see, I think we got Margaret here who says she's leaving smiling with a warm heart. And thank you so much for bringing that warmth. It's even cold here in Florida. Even freezing here. So yeah, thanks so much. And Betty, Miss Betty, are you with us today?
Yes, I'm here and I'm leaving today with hope. Some of the wonderful statements and poems that have been shared. I really appreciate it as an aspiring poet. So I thank you very much for allowing me to be a part of this group. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for showing up for ourselves and for each other. Does everybody share what was on their heart to express? Yes, we in good shape. Everybody leaving here okay?
Feels good.
All right, my sweetness, I thank you so much, friends. Honestly, I do. Yes, was very much looking forward to this conversation as well. And this is our last gathering of this year. I look forward to seeing you, hopefully, if you can, next week. We're beginning the new year in style and with a little more enthusiasm and open to suggestions. This is your community as much as it is mine. So please let me know what directions you would like to see me go in, because I want to have us all in on all of this. So please visit zenfulconversations.com and sign up for more. In
Okay.
gratitude, in deep gratitude.
Thanks.
Namaste, everyone. Bye.
Namaste.